renting apartments. They were putting air conditioners, in their apartments. Yeah, we will not deny that some of them were involved in advance fee fraud, which is wrong. Right? Some of them were also, in quotes, working for the flesh, talking about soliciting, favors from more mature audiences, aka sugar daddies. Yes, we know that. But the lifestyle changed. People decided to say, look, we can be comfortable. But it appears because of, one, raids on hostels by some members of the Nigerian police force that have, some people have said they have unfairly accused and in some cases even victimized students, accused them of being, fraudsters. All right. And then there is the fear of being once again victimized by lecturers, not teachers, who may see you as living a very flashy and flamboyant lifestyle. There are now students on campus who are now worried about living their authentic selves. Some of them, from what I heard, now stay at home. Their parents can afford a nice, comfortable place because, their parents have worked hard. Their parents can even afford to give them cars to come to school. But a good number of them, from what I heard, are choosing not to do so. They're not even staying on campus. They're not even staying in the hostel. They just want to go from their house, right, and come to school. It's more stressful for them, yes. They can't stay all night and have all the great fun of what it means to be in the university. Yes, they can't do that. But they are avoiding being victimized. They are avoiding being known by lecturers or by even other students. They are avoiding police drama. They are avoiding gangs coming to them and say, fine boy, see you with your new shoe. People are now beginning to dress, in quote, down. In my time in university, the university was the place of expression. People want to look fly. People want to look like their older brothers who used to work in banks then, in Stanbic Bank, their Stand-Up Trust. How many of you remember that bank back then? Oh, they used to look really sweet. That's what people wanted to look like. But these days, everybody's just wearing jeans, wearing your jersey, just walk around. Yes, people are saying, oh no, let's... And I'm curious. The reason why it is worrisome for me, listening to them, is that these two schools I made mention of, Uniport and RSU, used to be, or are they still, you'd be the judge, be the beacons for tertiary institutions around this area. Once you step out and you are an RSU or Uniport student, levels. That's when the IMSU girls will hear you. When the NDU girls will hear you, or the NDU guys will hear that you are from Uniport or RSU, levels was your middle name. But not so much these days. And the reason is they think if you're flamboyant these days, you are not a good student. Let me shock you before I open the phone lines. One of the brightest lawyers I got to meet in my time had a party. I did not hear them say, I was there when she came back with the pictures and everything back in, I think it was 2010 or so. She traveled, went to Europe. Her brother was some rich, nice guy. And they were at a party that P. Diddy attended. It's not today that everybody's here, let me take a selfie. They took pictures. First class lawyer, ladies and gentlemen. And so, for those of you who are listening who are students or whose sons and daughters have told you, Mommy, see, I can't go back to school and be, dressing. No, I have to. Is modesty really the sign of a good student, of a decent student?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
As always, turn on the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Keep your comments civil, short, and sweet. Numbers to call: 08179230002, 08179230003, 08179230002, 08179230003. at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 08090306416. 08090306416. Our conversation this morning is about campus life, tertiary institutions, particularly here in River State. Do you think that, being modest, trying to not be flexing or show, is that the true determinant of the quality of a student? Some students now are not expressing themselves. Why? Because they don't want to draw, in quotes, quote unquote, unnecessary attention. And once again, if you're listening to us, if you listen to me right now, and you are a student, did these students I listened to, I eavesdropped in our conversation on Friday, are they actually making sense? Is this the real reality? Are more of you deciding that no, we'll stay away, we'll just come to class and go away? We don't want them. They should not even know us. We don't want to be known. Is this really a thing? All right, there's a call screener. Drop your name and your location, and let's get to talk to you. First message here says, hi Jude, good morning. This is not new. It's been happening for a few years now, particularly to males. A lot of guys these days would rather just go from their houses and stay only for classes. If there are certain reasons they should stay, they'll stay with a friend and go back. Nobody wants trouble any longer. Jessica is in GRA. Jessica, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning, Jessica.
Okay, I wanted to raise a few points.
Go on, please.
Okay, it's not that when you're indecent and living a flashy life in school makes you less intelligent. It doesn't. You might actually be. You want to say something?
No, I'm listening to you. Please go on, please.
Okay, you might actually be rough in school and be very, very intelligent, but it will weigh you down. It will distract you a lot from your studies because you'll be attracting too many attentions, and those attentions too will be drawing your attention, and you may lose it at the maybe somewhere at one point or the other. That's just it.
All right,
and the thing is that
go on.
Being indecent in school also makes you attract. Okay, it's common these days that people that are very indecent in school are those girls that are in school. Those ones funding their bills. They are normally indecent, and you don't want people are dressed by what they wear sometimes. And if you don't really want people to see you as those people, you better just not join them. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
All
right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You better not join them. All right. But once again, we're talking about financial modesty, right? I'm not talking about you just dressing. No, we're talking about people not being able to express themselves. Come to class if you have the nice car. Wear the big fancy shoes. Dress, in your best. There was a time when every Monday and Wednesdays, the girls, like they said, would dress to impress. Hello, Potaka returns. I wonder what the RSU girls are doing this morning. All right, so I didn't expect to have a lot of students jumping on this, but I'm genuinely impressed. I'm genuinely surprised. I'm going to read a few messages before I get back to the phone lines here. This is on my space, and this one here says, Jude, good morning. It's not really people trying to, in quotes, stay undercover. It's because they just don't want any attention. They're still doing the wrong they're still doing the wrong things that they do away from home. They usually tell their parents they're going to class when they don't have classes, and then they go out to do anything. But they try to do it away from campus so as not to draw attention. All right, thank you very much. That's from Joy. Is this true? Well, once again, I told you earlier on that there was an aura about RSU and Uniport, all right? And that is, these were the biggest, best in terms of social persona, and indeed the academics. There are so many courses, particularly for Uniport. There were so many courses being offered in Uniport. So a lot of people wanted to be in Uniport or wanted to be affiliated with Uniport students. You know, people would say, my boyfriend then, is from Uniport. And the alumni, they're, like I said, they are pretty successful. A good number of them are, either in government, captains of industries all over the place. But the younger brother, or Sokpa, aka Sakpa, which is now, all over the place these days, is similarly putting, a bit of a blip on the, in quotes, the aura, the swag, the certain je ne sais quoi, that used to be about Uniport and RSU. That confidence, that bravado that some of the students would have when they get into certain places, that doesn't seem to be as evident as back then. It would seem that times have changed, and times always change. But the question is, are they still regarded as, the brilliant, smart, or well-behaved, or, do they have that same aura? Or this new style of, in quotes, staying under the radar, is it really a true testament of, in quotes, a decent student, of a good student? Is it really what makes people believe that, no, this girl, yes, he's sharp, he knows what it is, yes, he truly is, it is. Campus life is not as loud as it used to be before. Raves don't happen as much as it used to happen before. Bonfires, I don't know, guys, you tell me, when was the last time there was a bonfire, a party at RSU or Uniport? Do all these things mean that the students who are coming through right now, in the past 3-4 years, they are much better, of a better quality than those who finished, I don't know, a decade ago, 2 decades ago? Oh, by the way, speaking of decades and, time past, well, I will not forget to make mention that today is the birthday of a very special person, Eugene Abels. Adds one. And if you know anything about Eugene, nothing ever happens one for him. It's always multiples. So happy birthday to you, Eugene Abels. Do have yourself a wonderful time today. And with that, let's get back to you and find out those really big things that are happening in RSU and Uniport.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
As always, do well, turn down the volume of your radio set, refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see it, didn't hear it. Please do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. And please do not make inciting statements. At Nigeria Info PH, is where you find us on Facebook and on X. That's Twitter, by the way. At Nigeria Info PH, all right? On Facebook and on X, all right? Please, don't call the WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is 009-030-6416, 009-030-6416. All right, thank you very much. Numbers to call 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. Ibiso speaking to us from Odili Road. Ibiso, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Most people now they are trying to avoid some problem because the more you show that your parents are wealthy or you are a fine boy or you know how to dress well, you put yourself in problem. Jude, let me take you back. In those days, even in secondary school, some people, their parents used to bring them with their cars to school. You know, now, they will now get many friends that they don't expect, unexpected friends. Go to the university, the same thing, If, for example, your dad is bring to the school, you are coming with cars. If you are staying in the hostel or outside campus, the numbers of friends and the demand, you, that far, buy or something and all the rest, And all these so-called guy men in the campus, will set their eyes on you. They want you to belong to their deck, And if you disagree with them, problem, you cannot concentrate on your studies. That's why some people don't want to stay in the campus. They want to stay from the house and just come in a casual way. Because the more you shine, you are putting on Gucci, you are putting on different designers.
From what I hear, they're not even wanting to wear the, in quote, designer labels. People are just wearing jeans and t-shirts coming to class. Muriel is in Okrika. Muriel, do you agree with Ibiso? Hello, Muriel. Good morning. Can you hear us, please? Yes, good morning. Oh dear. Mira, please do us a favor and probably return that call. The connection not particularly great there. All right. Good morning, Jude. We are avoiding a lot because if we express ourselves the way we really want to, you are looking for trouble. Beginning from the RSU roundabouts, the senior men will first ask you, show us love. Secondly, attraction of girls. Thirdly, the lecturers will bill you for the course materials according to how the students dress, etc. All these would definitely distract a serious student. Interesting. Really? Now, once again, I'm not saying, and I know a lot of people have been making comments that, people come to school these days, universities, they want to show off, they're trying to live a lifestyle, right, that is not, similar to what they would have at home. And maybe I'd like to be that used to be true, or it's true. Yes, a bit of freedom, a bit of expression. But we're talking about people who have the means, but they're refusing to do so. Why? Because you're afraid of attention. You may not be getting this, but it seems as though that people are becoming stifled around these parts. Zion is in GRA. Zion, good morning to you.
Wisdom say is profitable to direct. If you choose to be that flamboyant on campus, my brother, you will not take school or your studies serious. Even if you want to study, people will distract you, especially your departmental people. If it happen that you now have one or two friends from that same course, my brother, your own don't finish.
Really?
I'm telling you.
How did you do it in your time? Are you saying in your time people were not, trying to dress nicely, staying on campus, flexing?
So in that time, our flexing was limited. The way people express themselves was limited. One, the attention that you are going to attract cultists to.
Okay.
So people are very conscious of that. Number two, if the school knows say your papa na this or you hold this, now the way your lecturers go take worry you. I want to put this to you, Jude. Mention your Miss Campus.
Did I still do that? They still do Miss Campus pageants?
I don't know if they're doing it now, but I'm telling you my time. Those girls never know peace. They don't know peace. Everybody wants them. Everybody needs them. Tell me, how can that kind of girl read? Among those even went for the contest, how will they study? Guys need you. The good, the bad, the ugly. Most of them are even afraid on campus because they don't want to attend.
The purpose, it's now a question of putting your head down, let them not see you.
Absolutely, Jude. To avoid unnecessary distractions, one, and then to avoid bad guys. especially for the guys, Jude. Do you know that as they get into school, especially in year one, those freshers, when you come into school as a fresher and you come in with a good ride, with a massive Benz, and you're wearing one of the most expensive tops and jeans and bags, trust me, dude, it will attract boys to you. No
Miriam,
that
used to be, we always knew that, right? But we're talking right now, Miriam, from what the students were saying is that they are not even coming to school. They're not living on campus anymore. They're not even staying in the hostel. They're like day students in secondary school. People are now just coming to class, attend lectures, and they run home.
Why? Because of their affluence or because of what?
That's what they're saying. They don't want to be around so that people think that they have money or their parents have money. They're not actually having the university experience.
Yes, that's because that's the mistake they made. You don't need to go to campus to show off yourself. No matter how wealthy you are, you can even stay in the hostel. Dude, in my days, I had a roommate that her father was very, very wealthy. Do you know that they didn't even buy her a fridge until she got to year 3? Her father was very rich, the only child of very rich parents. So you don't go and show off. When you show off like that, for you yourself, you won't be confident. You don't be running around. You don't be running away. Call boys to chase you, chase the boys. And even if you don't want to be their member, trust me, dude, you will be paying. You will be their paymaster. You cannot escape with one of these two. It's either you join them or you begin to pay. And for the girls, trust me, you don't just show up. They know that, okay, even if it's your parents that are buying for you, they'll think, okay, maybe it's from a sugar daddy or something. You see boys, bad boys coming to, they want to, they must. They'll bully you to death so that you sponsor them in education. So there is no need. If you're going to distractions, lecturers will know you for even no matter how intelligent you are, Jude, it's until a distraction. Lecturers will think you can't even read. Sometimes with your word, they will think you're not smart, no matter how smart you are. So I think it's a very bad distraction. They should resist them. It's just so simple. Simple as you can.
All right. Simple as you can. But as simple as you can really mean that person is a good quality student. Does simple as you can necessarily mean great grades? Does simple as you can mean he is going to be found, worthy in character and in learning? Once again, we're talking about perceptions here. And yes, I can understand that over a decade plus or more, if not two, of having gangs, aka cult groups, ravage and rampage, go on rampages around these campuses.